Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Business Plus Exclusive. Viewers, in this particular episode of Business Plus Exclusive, we'll be focusing on CRM applications. And to talk about on CRM, in the studios with us we have Mr. Kashif Siddiqui, who is the Senior CRM Solutions Consultant from Oracle. Kashif, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Walaikum assalam, Shazad. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you so much.
We are touching on this topic CRM in this episode, and in Pakistan people don't have much knowledge regarding CRM. So obviously we'll start from the basics, that what is CRM?
That's a great place to start, and that's a great question, Shazad. Basically, if we look at what is CRM, I'd like to begin by saying what is the lifeblood? What is the main backbone of a particular organization? And that is its customers. So customers are key for any organization for it to not just survive but thrive. So we've understood that customers are the key to any organization's success, and as a result it's just that simple, that if customers are so important, isn't it important for us to have a focus on customers? Isn't it important for us to give the right attention to the customers? As a result, CRM is key for any organization that has anything to do with customers. So that's one aspect of CRM, is detailing that CRM has to do with customers and how important that is. Another aspect that I'd like to mention is CRM is a business strategy. It's a holistic business strategy where an organization realigns its customer-facing business processes to make it much more conducive for that business to deal with its customers. Now, in order to facilitate that happening, CRM applications and software is used. It's used as a tool to facilitate the excellent interactions you should or want to have with your customer. So that's basically what CRM is, realigning your organization to be much more customer-centric and focused, and using CRM applications as a tool.
Okay, but in Pakistan, like as we said, the awareness is not that much. I mean, a lot of people, when I talk to them about CRM, they come with an answer like CRM is basically what is being used in call centers. So is that what basically CRM, or is call centers just a part of CRM?
That's a great point. Call centers is definitely a part of CRM, but CRM is a much more broader and much more extensive and expansive topic, in the sense that CRM impacts, as I mentioned earlier, every customer-facing business process. And that includes marketing, that includes Salesforce automation, and that includes call centers and customer service as well. These are the key pillars of CRM: marketing, sales, and customer service. So these are some of the components of CRM. But basically what CRM is, or CRM applications are, is creating the infrastructure within an organization where they enhance their relationship with the customers. When they enhance that relationship with the customers, they're getting loyal and satisfied customers. When the customers are loyal and satisfied, they stay with the company and hence impact the bottom line and drive further revenue for the organization.
Okay, since when has this thing started in Pakistan and worldwide as well? And how far it has reached since its inception?
Well, CRM is actually not a very new concept. I mean, if we look at it from a management perspective, CRM, the concept, has been around since about 1954, when Peter Drucker, the management guru, had mentioned the business of a business is to make and keep customers. So that was the initial inception of CRM within a management philosophy. That was way back in 1954. So CRM has evolved since then. But if you look back at it from a software perspective, one of the key areas was 1993. In 1993, basically, we would say was sort of the birth of CRM applications and CRM software, and that has evolved over time. And where we are right now is several years down the road, where we are looking at an entire spectrum of services and applications that help an organization streamline their customer-focused processes.
So is it developing in Pakistan as well, as quickly as perhaps it is developing in Western countries? Because over here people are really hesitant to use softwares and applications. So do you think over here the type of businesses we have, small and medium-sized businesses, even large-sized businesses, do you think they will be using these softwares to keep loyal customers?
Well, I think it's actually very important that they do visit this possibility if they aren't already. But what I've seen, I think, is Pakistan is in a great place to be right now, because There were a lot of early adopters of CRM applications. These organizations in the West, mainly in the United States and Europe, who initially started to adopt the CRM applications a while back. Now Pakistan can benefit in terms of hindsight from some of the challenges that they faced, some of the issues that they went through, and now Pakistan can now benefit from their lessons and incorporate that within its organization. So that's one of the things. The other thing I'd like to mention is that Pakistan's economy is maturing and evolving rapidly. Right now is a great place to be in terms of investment in terms of Pakistan, and as a result the economy is going through an evolution. So when it moves from a product-focused economy to a much more developed and service-oriented economy, CRM is key, and they need CRM applications in order to help transform it. So definitely this is something that organizations in Pakistan should look at. Now when it comes to small and medium businesses, that is something where I would think that their particular niche is one niche where they should really be looking at CRM very intently, because they're facing the same challenges, they're facing the same basically issues that other organizations are facing that are bigger than them. Yet at the same time, these small and medium businesses have tighter budgets, they have less resources, they have more restrictions. So what CRM does is basically levels the playing field. So what Oracle has is a number of CRM solutions for small and medium businesses, as well as an on-demand hosted solution as well for organizations that fit into that particular sector. And so by inculcating these CRM applications, they level the playing field and they're able to take on the big boys if they need to.
For the sake of the viewers, give me an example of CRM. It doesn't matter, maybe in Pakistan or outside Pakistan, that how does the system actually works? How will it help the organization and the customers as well?
A simple example is, let's look at financial institutions. Financial institutions have thousands, millions of customers, but an issue that was facing banks is that they did not know who their profitable customers were. They knew that some customers were some of their high-end customers, some of them were their low-end customers, yet at the same time they did not know which ones were the ones that were actually giving revenue. There's a term called the 80-20 rule by an Italian gentleman called Pareto a while back, where it says that 80% of your revenue will come from 20% of your customers. Absolutely. And as a result, the banks did not know who those 20% were. So a lot of the forward-thinking banks incorporated CRM strategies, and they were able to pinpoint that these are my top 20% customers who are giving me my revenue, and these are the ones that I want to do, A, keep them loyal, I want them to stick around as much as possible, and B, I want to know what they're thinking so that I can provide them and anticipate their needs in terms of financial products and services to make sure that they stick around and they're loyal, and C, I want to drive further business from them. So banks used CRM applications to identify who they were, keep them loyal, and then try to find a way to get further revenue from them. So this was one of the ways that financial institutions use CRM.
We have discussed too many things, and they are all advantages. Are there any drawbacks of the system?
Well, I can't say that there are definite drawbacks. The drawbacks come into play when an organization may not have actually determined what is the right way to go about a CRM solution in their company. In the sense that, if, like I mentioned right in the beginning of the program, is if an organization is focused on customers, they need to have the systems in place that are able to let them basically enhance that relationship. So that one drawback could be is if organizations do not go about implementing their CRM solutions in a methodical manner. For example, they don't create a CRM strategy. For example, there is no management buy-in for a CRM solution, in the sense that the top managers are not interested or they're looking at it casually. For example, another issue is that IT users as well as the business users are not talking to each other. So what happens is IT is going in one direction and the business users are going in another direction. The other issue is poor data. They haven't gone through an exercise of cleaning their data, making sure that data is the right, I would say, platform for their CRM solution as well. So these issues are what may or may not impact adversely a CRM project. And this, once these issues are addressed, I think CRM is a win-win situation for both an organization and
Kashif,
customer.
I was going through this case study of Hilton Hotels. They use CRM and they have spent a lot of money on their softwares. Now, they were facing a couple of challenges regarding CRM. One was giving too much information about the customer to the person who is sitting on the desk when the customer enters and he has to treat the customer. How much information should you provide of the customer, because it can be a risky factor, especially in Pakistan.
Absolutely.
Second thing, first I would like you to answer this.
Sure.
Like, how much information of a customer you're supposed to give?
Well, right now I think we are living in an era when there is just so much information everywhere. I mean, you put in a Google search and you can pretty much find out history about so many people. But basically, this is something that an organization has to decide in terms of how much information they want to provide access to their frontline staff. And they also have to do it in a coordinated fashion in terms of the rules of the country and in general the industry itself. So this is something that a business decision that needs to be taken place early on in the CRM project. But I just also have to mention something in terms of too much information. I mean, what's happening right now is in a number of organizations that have not absorbed or inculcated CRM is their call center or their customer staff are basically just they're just a post office, in the sense they take a call, they note down whatever the call is about, and then they direct it to someone else. So that has a couple of, I would say, not extremely positive impacts. One is the customer himself feels that they're not getting their job done, or they're not seeing the benefits, or they're not basically being treated in a positive way, or they're not getting their issues addressed, because they feel that, all I did was make a phone call, this guy sent that request to someone else, and I have no idea what the status is.
Okay.
So that's one thing that's happening, unfortunately, in some organizations. The other thing is, in terms of information access, is if I'm a call center rep, if I'm a customer service rep, and if a customer calls me up and I'm not able to do his job for him, or I'm not able to help him out, I don't feel empowered. I feel weak, and that has a negative consequence on the psyche of your staff, because we have to remember that the largest expense of any call center or customer service organization is its people. If your people are not happy or empowered, that will have negative consequences. So I don't know if too much information is a bad thing. It just has to be some controls over it.
Okay. What about discrimination factor? As you said, in banking sector, 20% of the revenue, 20% of your customers will generate 80% of your revenue. So when a customer enters, and if you have information, there's a customer A and customer B, obviously you have information about both the customers. Is there any chance that your frontline staff will be a little discriminant about those two customers?
That's a great observation. But what I'd like to say is the goal of CRM is to basically drive profitable relationships. And as a result, if your top 20% are satisfied, you want to look at the rest of your 80%. So what can you do as an institution to drive further revenue from these people, or get them to be, as you would say, better customers? So CRM is able to enhance the amount of profitability from even the dormant or the ones that are not providing any kind of profit or revenue. So what you're doing is basically turning those the dormant customers or the unprofitable customers into profitable customers. So in actual fact, what you're doing is you're enhancing the status of your, I would say, dormant or unprofitable customers to make them profitable, thereby giving them the attention that they seek and deserve.
Kashif, we'll take a short break over here, and viewers, once we come after the break, we'll be discussing, is this system cost effective, and what is Oracle providing for the CRM application. So we'll take a short break over here.